Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Into the Radius. And this is the first episode I'm recording after the release of Part 1, which means I can start responding to comments now. Of course, as you can see, I've already taken one very huge piece of advice, which is going into the settings and enabling full body drawing. I have no idea why this isn't enabled by default, but it's certainly a welcome immersion feature. And maybe it'll make it easier to track down the knife on my arm. You guys have given me a lot of advice, and I'm going to be taking a lot of it. However, one thing that I also got a lot of comments about was the way I'm actually recording VR. Now, some of you asked me to choose a different eye or do something differently. There's a reason I'm recording it the way I am. So basically, I'm recording the Steam VR view, which is better than the default game view because the default game view just chooses an eye. The reason I don't want to do that is because the field of view is just so limited. Steam VR allows me to pick either eye or stitch it together and choose a dominant one. Now, the way I've been doing it is the stitched view, dominant right eye. If you see me wave my hand here, you can see it's probably crossing over a seam. That seam is the stitch line between the two eyes, and since it's dominant right, it tends to be a little more over on the left. There's nothing I can do about that, because the alternative is to choose an eye, which will severely restrict the field of view, which in VR is absolutely nauseating to look at, and it means that if I were to put my hands out in front of me like this, you would basically have one hand in the center of the screen almost. It's really, really terrible to look at. I'll actually, I can probably do a demonstration right here. So what you see right here is stitched with right eye dominant. Let's switch to right eye. And you can see that field of view is much more cropped in. The seam is gone. And if I put my hands out in front of me like this, it's kind of offset. It's a little bit awkward. Now, if I go like this, I can just show both eyes, but both eyes is the true what's actually being shown to the headset. Unfortunately, unless you're watching in a headset, that's not actually going to help you, although it would be ideal if you were. Let's go left dominant. Now it's basically the same thing, except you'll see the seam is over here. Now that might actually make some difference, because some of you have pointed out, when I'm aiming the gun, I tend to aim with my left eye. And so this way you should actually be seeing more looking down the sights, as opposed to before where it looks like body cam footage. Now, I actually kind of like it that way, but maybe we'll try left eye dominant in this episode just so you can see how you like it. But all that business aside, we've got to gear up and take some jobs. I've learned a lot. The last episode in that village was definitely a learning experience. But more than that, it was a confidence builder, which is what these early games are all about. The mistake I've made in other playthroughs of games is I get so afraid of what's out there that I don't advance as quickly as I could. That's going to change with this one. Now I am, of course, going to be buying one of these headlamps. Cannot leave home without that. It's going to make exploring so much easier. And I always hate how in VR, if I'm not holding a flashlight in the direction I'm looking, you guys get a very incomplete view. So that'll actually help clear that up quite a bit. Now, I really want a rifle or something, but I think that'll make it so that I have to leave the shotgun behind, right? I won't be able to shoulder draw it like before? Actually, let's see. Can we stick this right? Oh, we can. It just won't be shoulder drawable. Here's where things get a little bit more complicated from a technical perspective. We need this gas mask in order to help explore anomalies and grab artifacts. But, as you saw in the last part, it just does not look good with the way VR recording works. So, I think this might actually be an opportunity to turn a technical fourth wall break into an immersion feature. Since I do have the ability to swap perspectives on the fly, maybe I will just choose one eye whenever we're wearing it. I mean, it'll still be an ugly 2D effect on the screen, but you know, a reduced field of view while wearing one of these things is not unrealistic. I need some kind of, like, rifle, something that's precise and long range. Something more like that. The SKS, tried and true. Oh, come on, they don't cost that much in real life. I do have a couple of these magazines, though. Let's do it. If we don't invest in ourselves, what are we doing? But I think this will do us just fine for now. Goodbye. Goodbye, half my cash. But potentially hello to something really useful. Actually, we might have to spend even more, because, I mean, what's the point of this without a scope, right? I can buy flashlights and I can buy laser pointers, but it will not actually let me purchase any sights. That is so annoying. So that rifle is not all that useful to us right now. I mean, we can still use it, of course, but, whatever. I'm sure it'll still be more accurate even with iron sights than the pistol, right? Okay, so apparently you can't actually clean the magazines unless it's above 50%, or at least that's what I read. So we're going out risky. Forgot I had this thing to sell. That'll help recoup some of my losses. And in the morning, we'll see what's available to us in terms of jobs. And since we took a priority job last time, I think I'm going to try to take something a little bit more substantial. Something that has us exploring and hitting multiple points along the way, since that's the way we're going to make progress more quickly in these shorter episodes. So we do actually have another top priority job already. Your loyalty will be taken into consideration, Explorer 61. Your map has been marked with coordinates of an exotic emission. The presumable source is an uncategorized artifact. Deliver it to the facility. The artifact is hidden in an extremely dangerous place. You'll need a GP5 gas mask. I think we're gonna do it. That'll bring us back to where we went before. Now let's have a look at some of the other things here. A sample courier. That's another grabbing a sample container. I think we're going to use the shortcut and do just a whole lot of things in here. And treasures. We're presuming on your fidelity. We've registered abnormal radiation in the large anomaly clusters. It is reportedly emitted by unclassified artifacts of unstable nature. All kinds of anomalous goodies in the zone today. But this whole region is more than what we saw. It's a swamp. So here's the mission briefing as I see it. We could enter close to that objective, however, it'll probably save us more time to enter through the shortcut instead of going through the starting area. That way we can walk the tracks to here, and from there is the question, do we want to go through the swamp or around it past that big building? We do have a safe house within the swamp, and learning to navigate it may be to our advantage. Oh, it's the easy way or the potentially harder way. We do have to purchase the gas mask. And one issue that I think we're going to have here is storage. I don't want to be wearing it all the time. Can I put it on my chest? I can't. Alright, well, the knife can probably go to our chest, right? Yeah, then we can grab it out in a pinch like that. Can we... That means we're going to have to keep it in our backpack, which takes up a ton of space. Thank goodness for the hyperspace arsenal. Well, let's get out there. Oh, there's already something out there. And I don't think we'll be able to effectively hit a spawn with a rifle, especially one without a sight. Okay, maybe we will have to shoot you with this thing. Alright? Yeah, ow. You're a weird first target, but... Come on. Wait, what? Actually, maybe we will have to shoot you with this thing. Bang! Okay, that's 1 round out of 10. And that's very loud. Very loud indeed. Maybe I should probably buy the suppressor for the pistol. The only reason I held off is because I wasn't sure how long I'm going to be using it for. But you guys actually did tell me something else that's very, very useful for combat. Basically, that their cores are actually always there. We just can't see them until we destroy the shell. That's why when we aim for the chest with the shotgun, we tend to get instant kills, sometimes even with the pistol. So that's how it is. Body shots for the phantoms. I wonder, could we maybe climb these boxes up into the car? That might be something to try later. Not sure if it would work, but it's worth a shot, right? In the meantime, I'm very aware of how loud this thing is, so I'm going to put it away in favor of the pistol for now. Oh, look at that. The way it reflects in those still waters. Thankfully I'm geared up, or I would be really afraid about mosquitoes. If we advance further, our objective should be just up ahead. I always have to remind myself that it does not take that long to traverse individual areas. But sometimes you just gotta stop and look at where it is we are. So easy to get lost in the objectives, the day-to-day, that you forget about just how insane this all really is. Now, what actually is all this? We do have a moment to cross through and investigate on the way to our objective, our first one anyway. Okay, that audio of that scream was so well mixed, I honestly don't know if that was in-game or not. I'm gonna assume so, unless mutants exist in real life. Well, I suppose technically they do, but you know what I mean? What have you got to say?
A brighter future that never got built. Late marshes. Late bureaucracy. Hey, what's that glow on the second floor?
Huh. Alright, for this we are going right eye. And let's see how this looks. Answer, still not great, but this really is the only solution available. So let's keep an eye on our health and figure out how this actually works. Now, presumably, this doesn't mean we just can't be hurt by anomalies. Just that things will be a bit easier for us. Oh my. The floor is lava, and also the air. I'm still not entirely sure how this works. Trying to avoid the sides. It's definitely over here somewhere, but maybe it's down below? This thing's going crazy, as is the environment surrounding me. No, I think we're actually getting a little bit farther away now. Alright, back up. It does take into account the direction I'm facing, but I don't know how to finalize this. Everything's really, really loud right now. Oh, great. And there's company. I don't know if you can get to me up here or not. Go away, lens change. There we are. There we are. We found our first hidden artifact. Okay. Come to me. What are you? Helix. This one is warm and gives off a soothing feel. Would have kept it to myself, but was too short on money. Well, we're doing it. Oh, dang it, you moved down into the bushes below. So that's the danger of your appearance. When you move into the shadows or the grass, you're like fully invisible. I can hear you moving around down there. Alright, we want to make our way back over this quickly. This feels so wrong. Because if we don't, there's a possibility that you actually beat us to the stairs, and that would put us at a big disadvantage. Alright, let's mask off and get out of here. Oh, that was every bit as crazy as I had hoped it would be. I mean, that was truly intense. The way all these sounds come together to make it feel like there's somebody standing behind you, pushing you forward. The sounds of these dangerous anomalies going off all around me, of enemies crawling around, of my own anomaly detector going off, and of my own breathing in my ears. But once we're out, we're able to see how it was all worth it. Wait, was that not actually it? Okay, we might be going back in. Okay. Come on. There we go. I bet you're the one I'm meant to find. Unknown, slightly pulsing over time. Alright, you go right there with the others. Wow. Well, at least we actually made a decent profit while we were at it. Now the question is it safe for us to jump down and just run out of here? Well, we may not have a choice. Okay, navigate. And we're out. Okay, all good. Big finish. Neat. Let's get this thing off. Alright, what time is it? Noon. You know what? How long do we have until the tide? 2 days, 5 hours. Well, in that case, we might have to sleep out here tonight. I mean, given the length of some of these objectives, that's clearly something that we're going to have to start doing anyway, right? And my main issue with these swamps now is the shadows. The way these things are able to hide in them. Although, with our new headlamp, we can potentially gain some sort of advantage. But that must be that huge building we saw up on the right side of the map. That thing is looking bigger by the moment. Feels like we're walking into Mordor or something. Alright, let's use some of our pistol ammo. Let's try out that whole chest idea. There we are. And now we can simply grab this from our chest and bam. Now, as we approach this thing, it makes for a useful road around the side. I mean, look, the way I see it is like this. If we walk around this, we can go through this path through the swamp and hit both of our objectives fairly quickly. I think going around this thing is the best way to complete these objectives today. Certain images stick with you more than others. And from the look of it, there's actually a whole lot of broken down construction in this swamp. Which makes me wonder if it was all actually there to begin with, or if it's not some property of the zone itself. I mean, of course, everything was once much more alive, and actually... No, he's not. There's another researcher. Ow! Ugh. I gotta be more careful than that. Have you got anything for us? Nope. Not a runner, just another victim of the place. There's company over there, and it looks like that's actually an artifact on top of the crane. Okay, do we go for it now or do we hit it on the way back? Logic says hit it on the way back. Entertainment says we do it now. So that's what we're gonna do. Up, okay. We have encountered a new type of you. Wait, let's use the rifle. It's our only chance, I think. Come on. I might have hit you. You're repositioning. You're not just gonna stand there and get shot, but it's so hard to aim with iron sights. You know, real life doesn't suffer from limited resolution. And you fire so fast, and you're taking so much health when you do. We've also... the sounds of gunfire are gonna bring more from the swamp, probably. You... well, thanks for being courteous and coming from in front instead. I can't hit a thing. Come on, gun! Would really appreciate it if my stuff would stop randomly turning on me. Alright, and that's bringing more. I don't think we can do this. Nope. I mean, if you're gonna be on the corner like that, maybe? There we go! Alright, now, you. I can definitely hear more in there, but... if the roof is clear, we're probably good. Katya. Alright. If I can't see you, presumably you can't see me, right? Oh, but that place must be absolutely full of them. Katya, what say you? Oh, come on!
You can see everything from up here. Not that I ever climbed it myself, but I imagined what it would be like. Vertigo, awe. There were some boys I knew who claimed to have made the climb. I almost believed them.
Great! Don't need you. And here comes some more.
Were you from around here? Was Pachorski home when you were trying?
Why are you not dying? This is too much. I think this is gonna be too much.
Homeless for you. Or maybe you plan to emigrate? Leave the country and never return? I knew people like that too. Oh, I'm sorry. It's cruel of me to ask all these questions when you don't even know your name. No matter. We'll think of a name for you. Maybe Dima or Maxim? Find me and we'll figure it out together.
Okay, so this is becoming a problem, but what we're learning is that you guys are quite vulnerable to headshots, as those bright spots imply. Well, we're killing a lot of things, but we're not making a lot of progress. And this gun is starting to show some wear, I think. Let's see if we can't... Look, the guy on the roof is gone. Maybe we can just climb this tower and be done with it. Nope. Nope. Come on, let me through. And away we go. Unless you're gonna start shooting, we should be okay. Oh my god, why did they make it like this? One tracking issue and I'm dead. Oh, why? Although that's quite a thing to turn me and have me face the radius itself. Almost like it's mocking me. Like it wants to stare me down while I go through this crazy obstacle. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Please don't have problems. Oh, there's still such a long way to go. Alright, the trick here is going to be to not look down, right? Just keep my body physically far away from the ladder. And do not look... There's no way it was designed this way. There's no way it was designed this way. That big Eye of Sauron hovering over the fields made it this way! Come on! Okay, let's try this again. This game is honestly starting to piss me off a little bit. Like, I feel like in this section more than any other right now, I'm fighting with the mechanics and the controls more than I am with the enemies. Like, I'm actually kind of handling the enemies, but it's all these glitches, and like, why am I being thrown back and forth from this ladder right now? I'm standing like as far away as I physically can. But this is the farthest we made it yet. If this thing starts tilting, I will throw the headset off my head. But we're done climbing up, right? I mean, right? Okay, Bro, what were you doing when this happened? What have we got? We've got a trap camera. We can sell that for money. And a note. Keep the castle secret. Those who spill it will get punished. The castle. From here, we can have a look down, where it seems like a piece of this crane has already fallen away, which means that maybe it's not a great idea to be up on this thing. I think that's another seeker down there. Oh, God. Oh, God. I could have sworn I saw a thing up here. Unless you were what I saw. Yeah, you know, that would figure. That would figure. Alright, let's begin the tightrope walk since we came all this way. Okay, looking down was a mistake. Looking down was a big mistake. There we go. What is this? Ah, some kind of bladed weapon. Maybe this will actually be useful in a fight instead of just for mopping up. And another grenade, which we may well need at this rate. But if that's all that's up here, this was well and truly not worth it. Maybe we can use the rifle to pick off some of what's down there. I mean, from here, I can see them moving in the swamp below. I don't see that seeker anymore. Well, let's have fun climbing back down. Well, look, I can hear it. There is an artifact in there somewhere. And we have done quite a bit of killing. Maybe it actually wouldn't be the worst thing to go in? Yeah, you run around. You know I'm coming. What was that noise? And what's happening to me? I think I've been detected. There you are. Okay, let's see if we can do some maneuvers. Can't really see you too well. Okay, hanging from one arm like a monkey. And there goes you. Now, where am I going from here? No, seriously, where am I going from here? Alright, night is falling. Where's the nearest safe house? In the swamp behind us? We'll pick up our objectives in the morning. We came all the way here. We're gonna get something out of it. So let's grab that shotgun. I've reloaded my handgun. Let's go in there and get that artifact. I didn't waste all this time for nothing. My detector's going off like crazy. Some of you told me they can see my light. Good. I want them to see. Couple of yous up there. You know what? I don't think you're gonna come down these stairs, so... Oh, then again, you might. Okay, well, let's do this the hard way then. That didn't have the effect I had hoped. Oh, maybe it did. Oh, well, it got at least one of you. Alright, back to the shotgun. Old Faithful. Ah, got you both. Excellent. How's our health doing? Not good enough. You're right in the next room, and there's a shard right there. Oh. The thing must have been right here. Come on, you. Let's heal ourselves up and get going. Now remember, we're not here to clear this place out, we're just here looking for artifacts. There's another one dead. What happened to it? These things, it's like being in a shoot house with these ghosts representing the civilians. Now we're starting to become a horror game.
You did it again.
Yep. Keep talking, that lets me know where you are. Another one of you. Okay, we'll put that in our pocket. That's another one of those tapes. If nothing else, listening to that will provide some valuable insight about this place, maybe. Over here it's crumbling, and more stuffs. Okay, I really have to wonder if these are actually left where they were when this ended. Maybe this place was already abandoned and kids just like to play here. Alright, I've tried turning some settings down just to see if that makes things a little bit less janky. But I think we're not going to find what we're looking for on this floor. My detector says there's still something here, but I've yet to locate it. And I can definitely still hear company. This is the stalker experience I was waiting for, though. Now I can't tell if they're inside or out. But they're definitely close. There's another one of those weather things over here. Oh, wait. Oh, God. Where were you? Okay, let's move by. I'm thinking, look, if the floor is collapsed there... I mean, those are anomalies, but there must be a basement, right? I mean, that must be what this is. So... a basement which is fraught with perils. Oh, what are you doing here? Okay, well, climb down, please. You there. I'm gonna need you to stop hiding in the ceiling. Thank you. Now, I don't think anything else can get to us down here, although I wouldn't like to hang around to test that assumption. What is this? Have I located the tea party room? Lots of food and snacks. And another picture of that darn squirrel. I don't know who has it out for this thing, but the hatred runs deep. Ah, there's another cache right here. All kinds of ammo. Is this it? There we go. And it appears to be another of those helixes. Well, some things never change. The most enjoyable part of one of these games is hunting for artifacts. But then again, I don't have any explanation for whatever's going on down here. Great, so now I have to climb my way out with a bunch of you guys running around. And climbing, as we all know, works very, very well in this game. Although I don't think it's on the game, I think it's on this stupid tracking. Come on, there we go. Alright, our immediate goal now, although our artifact detector is picking up something else, our immediate goal should be to get out of here immediately. We might also start taking fire while looting this thing. I think at this point, actually heading back to base will be the best thing. Simply because I'm so loaded up on stuff. Okay, so, note to self for the future, screw this place and everything about it. Other note to self for the future, suppressors not actually optional. I feel like this would have gone a lot smoother if there hadn't been things coming out of the swamp after us. Which is quite a situation to find yourself in, an impenetrable fortress on one side, and an unstoppable tide from the other. Oh, look at that. The silhouettes of all these huts against the sky and the trees. I can practically feel myself inhaling the mosquitoes, but maybe it'll be safer to stop here for the night than it will be to try and make it home. I'm actually probably wrong about that, but I still want to see it. Another dead explorer. You hear that creak? I hear footsteps. I hear footsteps. And other things. All manner of other things. Now, we discussed they can see the light, which makes me quite a target in these woods. But I don't know what other choice I have. I mean, I ain't doing this in the dark. Well, I'll tell you what choice I have. I could run. Here's where we need to be. If we can climb up into here, we should. Ow, 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 what's killing me? What's killing me? What's killing me? Must have been an invisible anomaly? I hope I don't need a gas mask to be here, but that flashing is still occurring. Nope, still losing health. Still losing health. Climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up. Yeah, I think maybe we need a gas mask for here. But after everything we've just been through, this dusty, rotten, moldy shack actually feels like a Hilton. Well, let's rise in the morning. Ooh, there's ammo in here as well. I just wanted to fry up some pancakes. But I guess some canned whatever is in these cans will have to suffice for this morning. Unfortunately, we have to head back down into there. And I think our indicator of whether we need a gas mask for this swamp is going to be, well, just to wear a gas mask and see if it affects us the same way. Well, let's try it. There we go. And we seem to be okay now. I mean, maybe I just ran into something that was continuously damaging me before. But I think that's got to be the village up ahead. And we should be able to make a beeline straight for that shortcut. Nope. We hit on something else. Oh, what we ran through is whatever that stuff is. Hang on, wait. Let's try... Oh, nope. We're still taking damage. Okay, there we go. And we just have to look out for it. Oh, it's almost like the grass, just tendrils suspended in the air. We must have ran through some of that in the dark without realizing it, without being able to see it. Okay, well, you know what that means. We don't need this stupid gas mask anymore. Excuse me, I'm in dressing mode. Rude. Huh. Another cache right here. Well, I'll certainly take more stuff before heading home. Look at how absolutely full this thing is. Some gun cleaning stuff, I'll take it. And a smoke grenade, which actually, you know, I was really doubting the effectiveness of smoke grenade stuff in the beginning. But actually, now that I see what we're going to be dealing with, being able to move up on enemies is hugely valuable. Oh, there's a note. My dearest babushka, it's your granddaughter Lucy. I enjoy school, especially reading and drawing. After school, I usually go for a walk or play sports. Life is good, but I miss your raspberry jam tea. Please come visit us for New Year's. That's right, this was like a retirement village. Oh, great. That was kind of a cool image, though, wasn't it? That thing revealing itself by leaping through one of the ghosts. Alright, but that train is our landmark. That's how we know we're getting real close to the exit. Right before the actual landmarks. Alright. Let's get back, regroup, and in this part, like, even though it's taken me a while to get here, in this part, I will be completing all 3 objectives. So we only accomplished one of our 3 tasks. However, our side mission was fruitful. And I do think that we're going to get a decent amount of change, which is what I'm really desperate for in this episode, out of the stuff we found. We found like 3 or 4 additional artifacts, and a whole bunch of other goodies while we were at it. this just kind of appeared in my bag. That's, strange. Things keep getting stranger. A neighbor told me about some toxic fog at the swamp. He noticed a weird glow in the abandoned building and wanted to check it out, but ran into an armed man inside. Then everything got covered in thick green smoke. He started choking and fled. He keeps telling this to people over and over, but it sounds too crazy. Can I sell these notes? I cannot. Now, before I begin the arduous task of unpacking all my stuff, we did find another tape while we were out there. That's the kind of music that, when you hear it, you immediately start reflecting on just where it is you are in the situation you're in. I mean, when you're out there, you're focused on the task at hand solely. But then that's the kind of thing that brings you back down to earth and, well, makes you just want to sit in a corner and think. Realize that you can't leave, no matter what. Unbelievable to think that this is what it was all for. Well, let's make that delivery. It was our mission 2, and this was our top priority. Yep. Complete. And we get our $3,000. But that's not all we're doing today. We've also got plenty to sell. We've got a weather thing, we've got a couple of trap cameras, not to mention some artifacts. There you go, and there you go. That's a whole lot, and we can sell it for an additional $1,800. There we go. But you won't take the note with you, of course. And let me buy another one of these things. Oh, I almost forgot, we also had you. Yep, that's another $250. And we've more or less recouped our losses for the beginning. Now, the rifle was definitely nice to have here. However, I probably would have been better served just kind of rushing the building and going in with a shotgun, even though it was the unknown of what's in that big, dark place. And so I think what I really need to focus on for the future is a shotgun with higher capacity, which I can get, I believe. Alright, I'm not even waiting until the next day. I'm coming straight back out. And the plan now is the same as before. We're gonna rip around the factory, or whatever that thing was, and head straight into the swamp. But we don't want to go into the swamp too much, because A, it's crawling with enemies, and B, it's crawling with anomalies that we might not be able to see until it's too late. And here it comes. Alright, let's line up that headshot. It's really the only effective way to stop you. And that'll have made a lot of noise, so we should move on. You know, before I likened the radius to the Eye of Sauron. And there's actually more to that than you think. See, I actually really like the idea of this one ever-present feature which defines the zone and is just always there in the background. It is like it's always watching. Oh, you're not dead? And now here comes you. Whoa! And that's probably our entire mag, right? And just about. Alright, pistols it is from here on out. Hopefully that's the most significant obstacle in our way. It looks like at the very least we found one of our objectives. We actually move slower in water. Or at least it seems like it. What have you got for us? Thank you for making it easy. Not like some of the other ones who decided to hide it somewhere before dropping dead. There we go. But there's still one more thing we have to find. Another one over here. This place must be an absolute death trap. I will have your Red Bull, though. And then again, maybe that's what killed him. Then again, maybe now's not the time to ask. Oh, great. You guys are just sneaking up from all kinds of angles today, huh? Yeah, there's another one over there. This place is an absolute death trap. A death trap which we have to enter, of course. And I forgot my gas mask. Whoa! Whoa! Come on! Whew. I'm lucky I came out of that as well as I did. Okay, I've just realized that's actually a helicopter suspended in amongst everything else. Torn in half in the center. I've really got to get out of here if I'm gonna accomplish this objective today, but it's times like this, you've got to actually pay attention to what it is you're looking at. Look, a ghost suspended right between them. Maybe someone who was on board, or... I don't know, with some of the weird positions we're finding them in, I'm starting to wonder if these aren't actually where they were when this happened, or if it's not something else entirely, almost random. Either way, I think I am going to end up installing one of those mods you told me about that increases the length of a day. Because I feel like I'm not really getting a lot of chances to explore. Screw it. Ow. Sometimes you just gotta rush it. Alright, now there's all kinds of things in the zone that can make one have to rush. Things like anomalies in the tide, enemies encroaching all around you, the fall of night. But right now we're facing our most dire ticking clock yet. And that's that my left controller battery is almost out. Of course, there's always somebody here to waste time. Yeah, that guy's definitely still in pursuit. I think being in the darkness does not actually hide me. No. Ow. Come on. Okay, let's see what we can make happen here. Oh my god! Okay, that jump scared the absolute, Okay, so there can be dudes in there. Alright, let's see what we can make happen here. Thing right there, but we can move around it. It's turning blue. Yep. It's got to be more towards the center, right? Well, this looks like one good spot to check. There we go. Okay, I could have done that without the detector. Although I couldn't have revealed it. Alright. Let's grab that thing. Heavy helix, yep. Shove it in our pocket. And get ready to deal with whoever's out there. Okay, we good? We are good. And we are leaving. Oh. at the crash site, there is actually a crate left behind. Ooh, with some goodies. This is probably not in great shape, but it is in a repairable state. We have magazines for it. Only thing is, we don't actually have a place to put it. What I'm seeing is that you can't put guns in your bag. Or at least not guns of this size. This is considered a primary, so we've got to keep it in one hand. And you know what? That is fine by me. There's the village over there. That's our landmark. And this is where we need to go. See, the anomalies sort of force you down a particular path. Please don't let my present appearance fool you. I'm actually quite friendly. But yeah, that was a very difficult, but in the end, productive day. The game is certainly ramping up its difficulty quite rapidly, and I feel like that's fine. I wasn't really struggling when things were working. I mean, it was intense, which good, it should be intense. But I felt like I was fighting the controls and like the tracking so much here. I think it did get significantly better after I turned down a couple of settings and the performance improved somewhat. But we'll just have to see how that goes in further episodes. This turned out to be an absolute nightmare to record. But if I take a moment and actually identify what's going on here, it's hard to really place that on the game. Because if everything was working correctly, it would have been fine. I mean, climbing that crane, so cool. So cool having the player interact with the environment in that way, under fire. So cool making the decision. The game doesn't force me to. Making the decision to press inside and see what we can get out of this. I had multiple different ways to approach that situation. I could just try climbing up under fire. I could try climbing up and shooting down onto the roof. In the end, I didn't have to execute that plan because I just shot the thing in the head with a lucky shot. But there were just so many ways to go about it. I could have rushed the building and cleared it out and then climbed up. Even when I'm trying to complain about the game, I just keep coming up with new praises for it. And you guys' advice certainly helped out, so I'm really glad we've reached the point where I'm able to read these comments. What I was trying to say before, I can't remember if I actually finished the thought or not, is that I'm probably going to end up installing that mod you were talking about that allows us to slow down time. Not that it slows down time, but it makes the day length longer. Because I feel like right now, it's not really encouraging exploration. I mean, there's been plenty of times where I would like to stay and see what something is, but I just don't have the time because I'm trying to do a job before nightfall. But there's that. And we also have quite a cool artifact for you. Now, where did I put it? Ah, right here in our pocket. What does it say? Heavy helix. Fragile-looking artifact. Warm to the touch. Only available in the large anomaly clusters. No practical use, but highly sought after. Well, I'll seek after them and you pay me. We're definitely going to grab a suppressor for our pistol, because we want to at least have the stealth option, right? And also, I am totally going to go for a higher capacity shotgun if it's available to us. Now this one right here, I think that's what we found in the crate in the factory. But this, most common Russian pump action, 5-shell magazine. I think that's what we take. And you know what? It's a lot of money, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to be able to have that capacity to eliminate threats without having to stop to reload while they're coming at us. Even if my reload game has gotten quite good on that smaller shotgun, this is something that's worth doing. Always feels good the moment you walk in the door with a new toy. Now let's see, how do we actually go about loading this thing? I think I have an idea. Let's just make sure. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, no, no. We need to probably pump you, right? Yeah, hold down the trigger. And now we can insert one more, and the rest can go in the side loader, or whatever you would call this. I'm going to leave the rifle here for a while, because look, I just can't hit anything at the distances I need with an iron sight. And so I think it's really more of a liability than anything right now. I would much rather rush in, get up close, and disorient and just murder everything. Actually, no, we probably have to buy ourselves the pistol suppressor mount, right? So, yeah, suppressor adapter, and get that. Apply. Oh, there had to be a loading bar. Oh, there we are, shiny and new. Pleasure doing business. Okay, now we can stick this on. And we should probably buy some subsonic ammo to go with it. I don't know if this will actually, like, work halfway with non-subsonic ammo. But we should probably do that before we go out. Remember, we want this to be our in-and-out option. Or actually not our in-and-out option. In and out, we can go loud. We want to use this when we intend to stick around for a while. Now we have yet another top priority mission in a zone we've not yet unlocked. Oh, but we can actually get there from the starting area. Oh, no, that's kind of weird. I am a little bit confused on how the geography of this actually works out. But I guess we'll find out. I mean, if weird routes can come back here to the factory or the rail station, then maybe the same is true for different routes out there? But the new gun and I will be happy to go check it out in the next part. Let me know what you think of some of the changes that were made in this episode. For example, like I said, I've switched from right eye dominant to left eye dominant, and so let me know how that presented. I'm curious to know what you'll think of that. Do you like more looking down the sights directly, or do you like more like the body cam footage? Also, as always, I am more than happy for any advice you might have for me, without spoilers, of course. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. You know what? After today's experience, I deserve this. Whoa! I was really hungry. Maybe just one more.